following is a back-to-school broadcast by the President of the Jamaica Teachers Association and partners.
Colleagues, distinguished educators, parents, students, and friends of education, good day. It is with great pride, humility, and a deep sense of responsibility that I greet you at the start of this new school year. On behalf of the Jamaica Teachers Association, I extend to you warm wishes to our principals, teachers, administrative and ancillary staff, and of course, our students, who are at the heart of all that we do. A new school year is always a special time. It is a moment filled with anticipation, fresh opportunities, and the promise of growth. I am aware that across the island, parents are excited and hopeful. Students are nervous, yet eager. And teachers are already planning how best to give of themselves in service to Jamaica's children. Let us embrace this new beginning with optimism and determination. Colleagues, as we open the doors of our school once again, I pause to acknowledge you, the men and women of the classroom, the quiet heroes of our nation. Time and again, you have proven that professionalism and dedication remains the hallmark of our calling. You are the ones who, despite the odds, continue to prepare lessons, motivate students, and give guidance. You are the ones who build character, nurture talents, and help children discover their potential. Now is not the time to stop. Stay the course. Colleagues, may I encourage you to continue to conduct yourselves with dignity and professionalism that have always defined our vocation. Jamaica's teachers have set a high standard of excellence that is recognized worldwide. In every classroom, whether in Kingston, Clarendon, Portland, or Hanover, our children look to us not only for knowledge, but for inspiration, discipline, and care. Let us continue to give our best, for our students deserve nothing less. I must also speak plainly about the challenges before us. For to call for excellence without addressing the burdens we face would not be fair to you. The first of these is wages. For too long, our teachers in Jamaica have had to bear the burden of salaries that simply do not reflect the demands of the job. Every single data out of the Ministry of Education points to the fact that our teachers are amongst the best performing teachers in this hemisphere. Colleagues, let us reflect for a moment. Wherever in the world Jamaican teachers go, whether in the boroughs of New York, the districts of London, or schools across Canada and beyond, when awards are given for excellence in teaching, it is our Jamaican teachers who so often rise to the top, standing tall and dominating those prizes. This is no accident. It is the fruit of their discipline, their creativity, and their unwavering commitment to excellence. Right here at home, we have not always celebrated them as we should. As a nation, we cheer for our sporting and cultural icons, Usain Bolt, Shelley and Fraser Price, Chris Gayle, Shaggy, heroes who carry the black, green, and gold with pride. But let us ask ourselves this question. Where is that same celebration for teachers who taught them, nurtured them, and gave them their start? The quiet heroes that hold the very fabric of this nation together. If the world can see the brilliance of Jamaican teachers, then surely Jamaica must do the same. It cannot be merely empty platitudes. Our teachers deserve proper compensation, equitable resources, and working conditions that reflect their value as nation builders. It is time, indeed long past time, that we honor our teachers with the same pride, the same passion, and the same respect. For they are not just shaping classrooms, they are shaping the future of Jamaica. Let us be clear. The ongoing negotiations are about more than figures on a sheet of paper. They are about dignity, fairness, and respect. They are about ensuring that teachers can provide for their families without sacrificing their calling to the profession. I assure you, colleagues, that your association remains resolute in its advocacy. We will continue to represent you with firmness and fairness until we reach a settlement that recognizes your worth. Another challenge I want to put forward is the inequitable funding of education. Far too often, the quality of education a child receives depends on geography or circumstance. Some schools are well resourced, while others struggle just to meet the basics. This imbalance undermines our commitment to equal opportunity and justice. The JTA continues to press for equity because the child in rural St. Mary is no less deserving than the child in Montego Bay, and the student in Clarendon must not have fewer chances than the student in Kingston. Equity in education, ladies and gentlemen, is non-negotiable. Whilst we commend the Ministry of Education for taking the necessary steps to commence repairs in some of our schools, too many of you face overcrowded classrooms, dilapidated buildings, and inadequate furniture. Too many students are learning in conditions that do not reflect the value this country claims to place on education. These conditions are not inconveniences, they are barriers to learning. The JTA insists that if we are serious about national development, we must first be serious about the spaces in which our children learn. Allow me here to share a simple story. A teacher in rural Jamaica recently told me about a student who came to school each day with only one exercise book, a story that is too familiar with every teacher. That one book had to serve for every subject: mathematics, English, science, social studies. The teacher, instead of being discouraged, bought a few extra notebooks from her own pocket and encouraged the student to keep striving. Today, that same student has passed all their subjects at CSEC and is preparing for university. Friends, this is the story of countless teachers across Jamaica, sacrificing quietly, giving selflessly, and changing lives one child at a time. It reminds us that while the system may fall short, the heart of the teacher continues to beat strong. Colleagues, while we speak of wages, equity, and facilities, let us never lose sight of the sacred trust placed in our hands. Our students did not create these problems. They are innocent, filled with curiosity, hope, and potential. Every day when they walk into our classrooms, they bring with them the promise of Jamaica's tomorrow. Even as we advocate, we must continue to teach with passion, to lead with integrity, and to care with compassion. Teachers are not just employees, they are nation builders. Every doctor, lawyer, engineer, artist, entrepreneur, and leader began as a child before a teacher. We are the ones who light the flame, who open doors, who inspire greatness. This is why, despite the challenges, we must never underestimate our power or diminish our influence. But we cannot do it alone. To parents, I say, walk with us. Education cannot be the responsibility of teachers alone. Your involvement, your encouragement, and your discipline at home are vital to a child's success. Attend the PTAs, visit the school often to talk with the teachers, and sometimes without even your child knowing that you will be visiting. The JTA is also committed to engaging the National Parent Teachers Association on matters of education. We also intend to step up our advocacy for greater support for the National Parent Support Commission. To communities, I say, support your schools. Be partners in learning. for the school is the very heart of the community. Protect these institutions and treat them as sacred ground. To our policymakers, I say, let us move beyond speeches and promises. Invest meaningfully in education, for it is the surest path to Jamaica's development. Colleagues, as we step into this new academic year, let us do so with resilience, hope, and unity. Let us lift each other up, and let us continue to demand better together. For when teachers are respected, classrooms are resourced, and schools are strong, Jamaica is unstoppable. As your president, I pledge to continue leading with courage and conviction. I will not rest until our teachers are adequately compensated, until equity becomes reality, and until our schools are worthy of the future we envision for our children. But I need you, your solidarity, your strength, your voice, and your prayers. Together, there is no obstacle too great, no challenge too heavy. As we return to our classrooms, let us go with renewed purpose. Let us teach as though the future depends on it, because it does. Let us inspire, let us uplift, and let us continue to build the Jamaica that we all dream of. I wish for every teacher, every student, and every school community a safe, successful, and fulfilling school year. Together, we will overcome, we will achieve, and we will continue to build a brighter tomorrow. I also want to use this opportunity to encourage teachers who are not yet members of the JTA to join. Thank you, and may God bless you all as we continue to unite and serve.
The proceeding was brought to you by the Jamaica Teachers Association and partners.